Come on, everybody, it's time we fight for you and me and what's right. Come on, everybody, it's all hands on deck.
I'm Leon Lee. I love entertaining. Can't sing, I can't dance, I kind of suck at acting. So I feel like comedy was kind of like, that was it, you know? But I was really scared of like getting heckled. Like after I started doing it, I realized like you have the microphone, you're also elevated, so it's like they should be afraid of me. And so I think I really like it the way it's kind of changed my perspective. Be able to try to like find humor and
a little bit like about everything. Me, I am the child of immigrants. My parents, they moved here from China. And when they first moved here, they were broke and they couldn't speak any English. But I feel like my parents, they really lived the American dream. You know, they worked really hard and they're still broke, but they can speak English now. So, you know, we did it. But my dad, he really wanted to learn English. And when he first moved here, his method was he'd watch like a lot of 90s sitcoms to practice. And it actually worked out really well. My dad's English is really good now, but there's one problem. Whenever my dad speaks English, he kind of sounds like Chinese Jerry Seinfeld. So I grew up getting lectured by two very different versions of my dad. There was like a really strict Chinese guy who would lecture me in Chinese, and he'd be like, 你不好学习，你不会去一个好的学校. Scary guy, I was scared of that guy. And then I grew up with another version of my dad who would lecture me in English, and he'd be like, what's the deal with your grades? Go to room and study! And my grades sucked. I did not respect that man. It's cool though. China's great. I just went back to China to visit my grandparents. I stayed with my grandma for the first night. She lived in an 8-story apartment, but they build shit so fast in China, I woke up in a 12-story apartment. It was crazy. My grandma actually, she grew up in like a pretty rough part of China. Like she had to move out recently. They had to evacuate because her village, like people kept getting attacked by wild dogs. This is true. Like it wasn't safe to go outside at night. It was scary. And, you know, I've always hated that stereotype that, like, Chinese people like to eat dogs. I feel like it's a little unfair because they were eating us first. You know, game is game. Like, what the fuck? It's crazy. There's so many Chinese stereotypes, I can't even keep track anymore. I learned a new one the other day. This white guy, he came up to me and told me that he heard that Asian vaginas are sideways. You guys are fucking crazy, right? So I told him, well, that's weird. I heard that white vaginas are moving into neighborhoods and displacing historically black vaginas. So, you know, weird. It's weird. I'm actually, I'm in an interracial relationship right now. Yeah, my girlfriend's Nigerian. Yeah, it's been going great. I've been displacing that vagina every fucking night. Let me tell you, you know, I'm gentrifying the fuck out of that pussy. You guys know what I'm talking about. She actually, she makes a lot more money than me. She's a software engineer. So, you know, she buys me things sometimes. She pays the bills, but I'm not ashamed of it because she always just jokes and says she's like investing early in my comedy career. So thank you guys for coming out and supporting a black-owned business. That's, yeah, we need more of that in this country right now. But no, I am broke as fuck. It's not been going good. For a little bit, I was playing guitar out on the streets to like make some extra money, and I really wasn't making that much. Like it wasn't going good, and this really fucked up. Somebody stole my guitar. Yeah, so for a while, I was just out there with an empty guitar case and a sign that said, need money for guitar. And I actually made more money with the sign. I think I might fucking suck at guitar. That's my fucking problem. You know, but it was going great. I was making a lot, and finally I was able to save up, and I purchased a second guitar case. Now I'm doubling my profits, you know. Really get a good thing going. Baltimore's a cool city, man. I love Baltimore. Yeah, I love the architecture here. A lot of really cool I really like old churches, like beautiful old churches. I'm not really like a super religious guy. Like I don't really believe in God, but I like love the craftsmanship. You know, I respect the architecture. I feel like I look at a beautiful church the same way I look at a beautiful man. You know, like I'm not really into that, but fuck, you know. Damn, made in the image of something, man. God damn. And, you know, sometimes I see a church that's, like, so beautiful, I'm not ashamed to admit it, I'm a little God-curious, you know? Like, well, what's going on in there? But I do respect religion. One religion I really respect the Amish. You know, I used to live in Pennsylvania, a lot of Amish people out there. But I think it's so sad they're so disconnected from the rest of the world. I feel like we can learn a lot from each other. Because from what I learned about the Amish, they love simple tools made out of wood, right? That's the whole thing. dude, I feel like they fuck with chopsticks so hard. Like, I feel like someone's got like, I feel like I could be the new Messiah, you know, teach them a few things. But I am jealous of the Amish too. I feel like Amish wives probably get pretty freaky, you know? Because like, imagine getting a hand job from someone who's been churning butter their whole lives. Like, I'm sure I feel pretty good, I feel like. But I've been thinking about butter a lot recently. I live alone, so I cook naked sometimes. You know, gotta like enjoy my rent. And one time I was cooking, and I was like looking down at a stick of butter, and I was looking at the little markings. Fellas, did you guys know you can measure your dick in tablespoons? Like, why are we doing this? You know, I feel like it's more about volume than length at some point. You know, like ladies, like what sounds more appealing? 4 inches or half a pint of penis? Yeah, that's plenty of penis. All right, you guys ready to get this show fucking started? Keep it going for your first comedian of the evening, the very funny Ashley Mayo, everybody!
What's good, y'all? It's Ashley Mayo. Hold on, before we start, it's a purse right here. I think somebody already got, somebody already got down. Welcome to Baltimore around this motherfucker. But what's good, y'all? My name is Ashley Mayo. I'm from the DMV, DC to be exact. DC and Baltimore comics, we always have a tight-knit relationship. So I'm out here today showing Baltimore love, as always. Honestly, people kept thinking I was a comedian, so I was like, you know what I'm saying, let me try. And when I got on stage, I was like, this gonna make me my money. So it's just about sharing good energy. Also, comedy allows me to be my full self. You know what I'm saying? When you talking one-on-one, you can't yell, you can't do all that. But when I'm on stage, I can really let loose and people can really feel who I am. They can feel my energy. They can feel the love. So for me, that's really what it's about. We're making money for real, for real. I need the money, and if this shit don't work out in a couple years, delete my little film, because this shit never happened. I'm gonna give me a little finance job. Fuck that. I'm thankful that All Hands on Deck and the Poor Comedy is putting us on display, because I feel like y'all gonna be surprised of all the talent that's coming up out of the DMV, especially me.
What age we got in the crowd? Just 25, 30 and over? Okay, I can talk to y'all. Y'all grown. Cause you know your 20s still be cool. By the time your 30s hit, life be smacking the back of your neck. And at the same time, you gotta start making real life decisions. I swear to God, y'all, true story. I went to see a therapist because I thought I was depressed. Come find out, nigga, I'm just grown. I'm grown as shit. I said, you ain't got nothing in the back for this doc? No pills, no edibles or nothing? No FMLA? Yeah, fuck that. You know you grown when you want to get sick for a day off. I said, fuck it, give me COVID. Give me here. I just need a nap when all of this shit is over with. Too grown, man. I don't like getting older, man. Certain stuff I gotta worry about that I ain't have to worry about before. My glasses getting thicker now. Be trying to be a cute little lesbian. But you know you can only be so cute when your glasses thick. You know what I'm saying? It don't matter how cute your sneakers is. If somebody scroll up through the back of your outfit and they look through the crack of the side of your glasses and your shit look like a bulletproof glass at the corner store, or you might want to take your sneakers off. Might want to take them off. I don't know, man. I'm tired of getting older. It's certain stuff you got to worry about now. I don't like dating getting older. It's different now. You know what I'm saying, y'all? Because here's my thing, y'all. They having sex too fast. You know what I'm saying? And don't get me wrong, y'all. I like to take it there. You know what I'm saying? I like to have sex. You know what I'm saying? I like to fuck. You know what I'm saying? I like a nice rock paper. You know what I'm saying? Y'all was slow, but y'all caught on. You know what I'm saying? But I also like to take my time, y'all. You know what I'm saying? I miss back in the day when you first started having sex and you still had a little bit of innocence. Remember that? In your first night over your new boo house, you used to lie to yourself and tell yourself you won't go do it. Remember that, ladies? Don't nobody lie to themselves more than a woman going over their new boo house for the first time. She know, cause, you know what I'm saying? Because in your head, you be telling yourself you ain't gonna do nothing. But that shower right before you leave the house, what you be talking about, sis? You be in the bathroom talking about just in case. Go and shave my coochie just in case something pop off tonight. Cause you already know when you shave, you know when you won't give it up. You just gotta act like you not, cause you don't wanna be no hoe, you know what I'm saying? You gotta go over there, you gotta be classy, you know what I'm saying? Laugh, fold your legs, be demure, you know what I'm saying? 7:30, come that coochie be on preheat, don't it? warming up, but you hold it together. I miss that when they used to hold it together. You know what I'm saying? It's different now. She cracking up, yeah. It's different now, y'all. The woman hornier than the men now. They want the dick now. No, they want the dick now, don't they, sir? This one girl gonna tell me, she talking about, I want you inside me. I said, bitch, that's not me. Slow down. That's how I know you not gay for real, because you saying the wrong stuff. Give me my strap back, bitch. What you talking? Oh, shit. For real, they too horny, man. She gonna take it further. She talking about, let's role play. Fuck me like your name Marcus. I said, all right now, that's why I draw the line at. Cause you be trying to be freaky, but you gotta have your line. You know what I'm saying? I thought when you role play, you're not supposed to be specific. You're supposed to say a noun, right, ma'am? A police officer, a fire marshal, a cashier, anything but a nigga named Marcus. She fall asleep, I gotta call Marcus. I said, Marcus, come get this bitch, man. I'm too little for this shit, man. My hips hurt, she keep bouncing on me, nigga, come get this bitch. It's light shine, there's a lot of white people. This shit kind of feel like an auction, goddamn. But I ain't gonna fuck with the white people, y'all cool. I be feeling bad for y'all when y'all come out to the shows, white people for real, cause y'all be coming out in good spirits and supporting shit. But then the black comedians be making fun of y'all. But then y'all gotta laugh to show y'all ain't racist. It's pressure. Not tonight though, y'all cool. I actually gotta tell y'all a secret, if I'm being honest. You know what I'm saying? White people, y'all my guilty pleasure. Cause y'all are perky as shit. That's y'all superpower. White people, y'all perky as shit. You know what I'm saying? Black people, we cool, yeah. But white people, y'all superpower, y'all perky as shit. And one day I'm walking down the street, I'm having a bad day, right? So I spoke to a white person, I said, good morning. She said, good morning. I said, you know what, bitch? It is a good morning, bitch, it is. Cause here I am stressing out and shit. But Kate, you got the answers. You trying to hate white people, you can't, y'all just too perky, man. Especially when something happened on the news. Especially when something happened, that's when I try my hardest. You know what I'm saying? When you're supposed to. I wake up, I be like, today, I ain't speaking to no motherfucking white people. You know what I'm saying? I be walking to work bumping y'all like, bitch, that's for Trayvon Martin, bitch. But I can't even get to work, sit down for Kate ass coming there. Hey, we're going over to Dunkin' Donuts. You want me to grab you anything? I said, Kate, you ain't gonna let me hold on to this white hate, is you, bitch? You watch the news, you know we ain't supposed to be talking to each other today, bitch. Since ain't nobody in here yet, let me go and get a warm butter croissant. Tell them slice it in the middle. I couldn't hate her, y'all. She paid for it. Paid for it and everything. I said, Kate, I ain't got it. You got me? Oh, no worries. I got you. No worries. White people haven't you with that shit since, no worries. That's y'all favorite shit. Put you right at ease. That's how y'all tricked us into slavery. Got us on the boat. Get on the boat. It'll be all right. No worries. We dancing and shit on the boat. We thought we was going on a cruise. All right, y'all. That's all my time. I'm actually Mayo.
Oh, don't split the pole, bro. That's bad luck. I'm just a guy from Glen Burnie that went through some shit. It's a great place to grow up. You get to see a lot of action. I've been doing comedy for 12 years now almost. I was like 18, it was like right after my mom died. When that happened, she like left notes for me and my brothers to read after she died. And hers to me basically told me, like, you're funny, you've always been funny, you could break the tension, you should find a way to make that a career. I didn't know what that meant. When she died when I was 17, I was just like a stoner kid. And then I was thinking about like all the times like she showed me, like we'd go to West Coast Video, get like Gallagher, blue collar comedy tour. And I was like, you know, maybe that's what I should do. And then I found Open Mics. I started in 2014. I just tell stories and no filter to it. I'm gonna tell you what happened and I'm gonna try to make it as funny as possible, but that might leave you feeling a little uncomfortable. And I'm okay with that because it's art. I'm doing art.
Thanks for being coming to the stage, the hilarious Matt Brown, everybody!
I just moved back to Baltimore. I was living in Austin, Texas for last year. Yeah, don't woo that. It sucks. Joe Rogan's whack. Elon Musk sucks. The whole thing's a lie.
I moved out there and I was like, I'm gonna be broke in a different city. I'll lose weight. That'll be good. And then that did not happen. I gained 50 pounds in the year that I was out there, and like I didn't realize how fat I was getting until I got in the car with my friend. We hit a speed bump and my tits started jiggling. Like 30 seconds after the speed bump, they were still going. And I look over and my friend's peeking out the corner of his eye at me. And I'm like, just fucking drive, man. You're embarrassing me. And then I got back here and everybody was like, damn, Matt, you look good. Did you lose weight in Texas? It's like, how fucking fat did you think I was before? I came back with some sweet B-cup tits, and you're just like, damn, Matt, you look good. Like, I guess that says more about them than it does me. And like, I moved down there with a couple of comics that I thought were my best friends, and then it turns out they weren't my best friends. I've been doing comedy 11 years. That's the second time I've done that, and it's like, it made me think about like what a good friend is, you know? Like, to me, a good friend is somebody that talks shit to you relentlessly, and then when you're not around, that's when they say nice stuff about you. You know what I mean? Like, anybody that's nice to your face is talking shit behind your back, for sure, you know? I guess we got some sweet motherfuckers in here, y'all. Y'all just being nice to each other all the time? No way, dude. Like when I was 17, my mom died, and like when that happened, I had a bunch of people reach out to me, and they were like, hey, Matt, I'm your friend. If you need anything, you can count on me. And then I told everybody where my mom's funeral and viewing was. And the only people that showed up were my real friends. And when I say my real friends, like the first thing that happened in the middle of the funeral home, my friend Connor came up to me and he shook my hand. And when he shook my hand, he handed me an eighth of weed. But like not good weed. And also not in a bag. So I just have to slowly take these nugs of Reggie and put them into my funeral suit pocket that I just got from Target. Now I'm walking around the funeral with linty dirtweed in my pocket. Everybody's like, this lady fucked up. Her kid smells like mid. And like, we did open casket at my mom's funeral. And I think all funerals should be open casket. Like, I don't care if you got shot in the head. Just put some good shoes on and open the lower half, you know? Like, let me take a peek. Also, God needs to see. What are you hiding from him for? And I was standing there and I was looking at my mom, and then my friend Black Chris came up to me. And yeah, I grew up in a diverse neighborhood. We had white Chris, black Chris, Asian Chris. We also had Mexican Juan and Puerto Rican Juan. And Puerto Rican Juan wasn't even Puerto Rican. He was Guatemalan. He just got stuck with that one. But anyway, me and Black Chris, we were standing there looking at my mom, and he looks at me and he goes, you know what I'm really going to miss? And I was like, what? And then he goes, them titties. And then he slapped me in the back of the head. And I was like, that's why you're my best friend, dude. Like, nobody else had the courage to say it, you know? She might not have been the best mom, but boy, did she have a sweet rack. And she passed him down. And also, one of the guys I was living with in Texas, he's like a womanizer guy, and I don't mean womanizer like the ladies loved him. I mean womanizer like he would do anything he could. Like he was constantly plotting on how he was going to get girls. That's like my least favorite kind of guy. Like one time he came home and he was like, "Dude, you got to go to Goodwill with me. There's so many bitches there." I was like, "Yo, are you hunting women? Like what the fuck? You're a sexual predator, dude." He was like, nah, dude, there's this girl, she was looking at a sewing machine, and then I bought it, and she gave me her phone number, and I think she's gonna fuck me now. Oh my God. And I was like, yo, you bought a sewing machine to get pussy? You're gay. That's gay. What the fuck? Like, guys should never be like, oh, yes, I got the sewing machine and these Emily Dickinson poems. Like, anytime a guy has sex, it should be like, whoa, how did I get in here? Like, you should only stumble into pussy. You should never... All right, whatever. That's fine. And, like, he would also, like, hook up with people all the time, you know? Like, he would go on those, like, hookup apps and just, like, bring people home, which is crazy to me. Like, you don't know who you're hooking up with, you know what I mean? Like, I've done that a couple times, but it never turns out good. Like, I hooked up with the center of a college basketball team once, women's basketball. If it was men's, I wouldn't be standing here right now. There's no way I'm taking 6'11" to the backside. That's not happening. I can't even take a girl's finger, to be honest with you. Like, you guys start rooting around back there, I turn into an alligator. I just snap shut into a death roll. don't know why the fuck you guys are always digging around back there. It's not for you. It's for me and the Lord. That's it. Yeah, she was a big girl. She was 6'9", 285, so definitely a double machine. You know, just clanging and banging down low, just throwing bows, grabbing boards, doing the dirty work. Not a big basketball crowd. When we met at her college, I was doing a show there, and we were talking afterwards. She invited me back to her dorm room, and I didn't go to college, as you guys could probably tell. So, like, when we got back to the room, I thought there was going to be at least, like, a queen-size bed, you know, because of how big she was. But it was just, like, a twin bed in the corner. So now we get in the bed, and I'm nuzzled in her armpit like I'm the girl, you know, trying to, like, suck her titty from the side like a baby. And I went to get on top of her, and she stopped me. And she was like, "No, Matt, I like to do it doggy style." And I was like, "Oh, sweet, me too." And then she flipped over, and I got behind her, and her pussy was, like, up here, you know? And I was like, "Oh, I'm good at improv. I'll just stand up for this one." It's probably the smartest joke I'm going to do all night. But then when I stood up, I just banged my head on the drop ceiling and fell off the bed. And I was on the floor, and she was like, "Oh, my God, are you okay?" And I was like, "Yeah, I'm fine." And then she goes, "Don't worry. I know how to fix this." And she reached into her backpack and pulled out 2 textbooks and then put them on the bed and then put a pillow on top of that. And she goes, "That ought to do it." And I was like, "All right." And then I got on top of it, and it was perfect height. And it was in that moment, I was like, I can't trust this bitch. Like, how many dudes has she been with that she just eyed me up and down and was like, 6 foot? That's about 2 textbooks and a throw pillow. Side note to that, I used to be so insecure about the size of my penis, and when she went to grab my dick, I was just proud. I was like, "Please let me see some pink sticking out of the top of that black hand," because sometimes I grab it, it doesn't even make it out of the top of my own hand, and she had some fucking paws on her, you know? So when she grabbed it and I saw the tip sticking out, I was like, "Thank God we did it." I don't have to worry about that anymore. All right, I'll transition. Yeah, my favorite thing about being back, though, is I get to be with my brothers again. I have 2 older brothers. They're my favorite guys in the whole world. One of them's autistic, and the other one's a Jehovah's Witness. So I have 2 autistic older brothers. That's fun, right? We can laugh at JWs. They're not here. We're safe. There's alcohol and fun. They can't be near this place. I don't know if you know this about Jehovah's Witnesses, but they're like reverse vampires. If they come out after dark, they just burst into pamphlets and fly away. All right, we'll move on to the autism. My autistic brother, he's my favorite guy in the whole world. He's high functioning, which means he does normal stuff, like he drives. He's not great at it, but he does it. He T-boned a UPS truck 4 years ago. It's like pretty hard to do. Like, how do you not see that? And then 3 months after that, he got a job at BWI driving jet fuel trucks, which, like, that's terrorism, if you ask me. You know. But, like, who else would you want fueling a jet plane besides an autistic guy? Like, he really gives a fuck about that plane, you know? You guys not aware of autistic people? They love planes, trains, and automobiles. Anything with wheels that goes vroom, they're all about it. I get it. Some of you are tensing up. You're like, "Hey, Matt, are you about to roast an autistic guy for 5 minutes?" Yeah, I am. It's fine. I tell him all these jokes. He loves it when I talk about him. He also smokes weed, which is pretty fun, because, like, we'll smoke weed together and he becomes not autistic, which is the opposite of what happens to me. Like we smoke a joint and go to Chipotle, and I'm just like, "Dude, you gotta order. I'm nonverbal." I can't look at anybody right now. They all think I'm gay. I know it. My favorite thing about him, though, is that, like, he's unintentionally funny. It's always on accident. It's never on purpose. And, like, the best example I have of this is, it's sad, but, like, when our mom died, it was September 19th, 2012, and she had cancer. She had been in the hospital a while, and we came to see her, and the doctors told us that her organs had started to fail, and they were going to give her this medicine. She was going to go to sleep, and then the next 12 to 24 hours, she'd pass away in her sleep. And that night, the Orioles were playing this game where if they won, they made it into the playoffs. It was the first time in our whole lives the Orioles were about to make the playoffs. That's our favorite team. And the game started at like 10:30 at night, and my brother was watching it on his laptop. I fell asleep, and then I woke up at like 2:30 in the morning to the machine flatlining, and I was hysteric. I was like, "Mom's dead, Mom's dead." I look over at my brother, and he's just still watching the Orioles game on his laptop.
And my first thought was like, how long has this machine been going off? And he's just locked in on the O's. And I was like, Jake, Mom said, what do we do? And he just looks up and goes, the Orioles are about to blow a 2-run lead in the bottom of the 11th. I was like, what the fuck, man? And then he said the funniest thing ever. He puts the laptop down and he stands up and he just goes, look, we knew this was going to happen, but we don't know what's happening here. Yeah, dude, I went from crying to laughing so fucking fast. All right, you guys have been great. Have a good night.
I got my undergraduate degree in psychology. I have my master's in social work. I've always been curious about why people did what they did. So I figured, well, hey, psychology is a great way to figure people out. And also wanting to help. I went to the illustrious Bowie State University, the first HBCU in Maryland. And that's honestly where I started to get comfortable with the idea of doing comedy. That's where it all started, St. Mary's Restaurant. Well, it's been a minute. The ultimate push to do comedy. I was in a real bad spot. I didn't want to be here. I wanted to die. I didn't want to be alive anymore. And so one day I was brave enough to try to get up out of here a little bit early. I figured, well, if I'm brave enough to do that, what is getting on stage and try to be funny in front of some strangers? So I got up on stage the following week, right up here. The rest, as they say, is history. So feel free to laugh at me, because damn it, I laugh at me all the time. Hopefully in laughing with me and at me, you can also laugh at the other experiences that I talk about on stage.
Lyric Marie, everybody!
Y'all didn't expect to see a bitch this big in bluey shoes, did you? Oh, y'all can't see. Hold on. All right, that's it. I'm old. No, I do shit like this. Like, this is what happens when you work in the school. Like, half your wardrobe just becomes whimsy for no fucking reason. And I do. All right, celebrate. No, but I do. I love working in the school for the hours. I hate it for the kids. Have you met some of these kids? They are so disrespectful. Like, I can't stand a lot of them, to be honest. Like, for example, we had picture day. I thought my hair was cute. One of my favorite students came up to me and was like, oh my gosh, Miss Lyric, wow. I didn't know your hair was this ashy. No child left behind, they say. And because I'm the school-based therapist, any comeback that I have is considered a breach of confidentiality. So I file CPS reports instead. I do. And so far, all of them are founded, so I win. No, I do feel bad for some of the kids, though, because I feel like a lot of them get misdiagnosed, like, way too soon. Like, they love saying that kids have ADHD, and I don't believe so. And I only know this because I know the school system now, right? They make these kids eat enough dairy to keep a farm in business. When you see little Timmy rolling around, he can't keep still. That's not because he needs Adderall, all right? He needs Metamucil, all right? Little Timmy is backed up worse than $6.95 on a Friday afternoon, all right? You let little Timmy be, okay? I do, but because I'm a therapist, like, I look at the world very differently. Like, for example, any of y'all see the Ocean Gate documentary on Netflix? Okay, for those of you who don't know, I'm gonna put it in perspective because y'all have, but y'all just don't know y'all have, all right? So there was this submersible called the Titan. There it is, it's coming. See, and I call it a submersible. I don't know why people call it a submarine, because submarines do what? Float. That thing did exactly what it was supposed to do, okay? It was submerged. But y'all saw that documentary where they were talking about the Titan and how much of a tragedy it was. I don't think so, okay? I feel like the real tragedy remains the Titanic. Because those people were like, oh my gosh, wow, the first cruise ever, we're gonna make history. And technically, they did, right? Just not how they imagined, you know? The Titan had all the red flags, okay? For me, the biggest one is the fact that Tom Cruise said, fuck no. And y'all probably like, wow, what does Tom Cruise have to do with this situation? Well, he is the Evel Knievel of our generation. There's not much that man won't do for a thrill or a dollar. Like the first Mission Impossible, he did some wild stunt. The last one, he literally set a parachute on fire like 15 times for a 2-minute stunt, right? But as soon as he heard about the Titan, he was like, you know what? I'm gonna stay my ass in the air where it's safe. I mean, which is a wild thing for Tom Cruise to say, because 20 years ago, this man was so fucking brave, y'all. He jumped on a black woman's couch on live television. It don't get no braver than that, folks. And it's not just like shit that I watch, it's real life situations too. Like I look at handicapped spots a little differently. Like I feel like handicapped spots are for all of us, yes? Thank you. my truth tellers, I love y'all. The rest of y'all probably do, but don't want to tell the truth on the Lord's Day, which is crazy. That's the best day to tell the truth. But no, I do, because I feel like not all disabilities are visible, right? Like I have disability to not be inconvenienced, okay? I'll be damned. If it's a spot by the door, it's mine for sure. Like that's the motto that I live by. But it got a little treacherous, got a little dangerous, because somebody started messing with my car, my brakes started getting real weird. So I had to make some changes. And by changes, I mean bringing my wheelchair-bound grandfather with me everywhere I go. Because to me, the solution is simple, right? I go run my errands. He stays in the car. Somebody asks him to move, he points to his legs and tell him these don't. And that's the end of the conversation right there, you know? Like it did backfire on me, not gonna lie. I was at AFRAM recently. Anybody? No, I see the crowd. Never mind. No, but I was there and I saw this lady in a pink wheelchair and I loved it. Like the therapist in me loved how empowering this moment was. She had an unfortunate life circumstance, but she wasn't gonna let it dictate her quality of life. If she was going to be in the wheelchair, she was going to be in the flyest fucking wheelchair there was, and I love that for Miss Lady, right? Not only did she have the pink wheelchair, she had the pink shirt, pink hat, pink fan to match. This lady was coordinated down to the wheels. And as I got a little closer to admire what I was seeing, I saw the words on the apparel that said, stand up for cancer. Naturally, I have a choice to make in this moment. I could keep it pushing like she would, or I could act on this double dog dare that's sitting in front of me. And me being a millennial that I am, I don't back down from double dog dares, all right? So I walked up to the lady, I said, can you do it?
Oh my God.
I see the shock. I do. But I didn't ask to be rude. No, I asked as a believer in Jesus Christ. If my Lord and Savior can make Peter walk on water, I know he can make this lady walk on land. I feel like that's an easier ask. And that lady just looked me up and down. Was like, I know them legs anywhere. You keep parking in my motherfucking handicap spot. You gonna be one of these bitches your damn self. Listen, my name is Lyric Marie. Y'all have been great. God bless. Give it up.
This is a weird thing to say. I used to feel way more a part of this city than I do when I come back. I spent so much time here when I was like in my, late teens and early 20s. Going from Baltimore to Los Angeles to Chicago, I mean, I learned a lot of things about my comedy. I had really lost my point of view. Like, I just didn't even know why I was doing comedy or what I thought was funny. When I left Baltimore, I think I was really cocky because I started comedy young. Definitely moving to LA and having no money and like living in my car for 6 months. And I think I was more or less humbled by my experiences. I feel like this should be funnier than it is. Quit, like when the pandemic hit LA, I quit. I didn't do it for like 2 years. And then when I moved to Chicago, and with it, I got on stage. I couldn't even do a minute of stand-up. I was like, this is pathetic. Like, I've totally lost it. I'm gonna lose my mind if I don't learn how to do stand-up again. And that was 3 years ago, and now I feel like it's better than it's ever been. I love it again. I'm Nik Oldershaw, and I'm happy to be performing in Baltimore tonight.
Very glad to be here with you guys. Glad to be out of the house. I'm getting a little scared. Every time I go home, my girlfriend's bangs are shorter. I don't know what that means. I know it's not good. You know what I mean? Like micro bangs are like a check engine light for women. You see them, you're like, well, something is wrong, but I'm going to ignore that. I don't have the money or the skills to fix this. Probably the only person who can fix this is another man, honestly. Maybe a butch lady who's good with her hands, Well, you guys don't have a little secret. My girlfriend is Asian, and I'm into it. Like, I'm not weird about it. Like, I don't know what kind, but she is Asian. I notice that kind of stuff. I can tell. And, No, she's Taiwanese. She's born in Taiwan. That's very hard. When we come home, that's very hard for my family because in terms of Asian countries that they've heard of, it's not one of the big two. You know what I mean? They're always asking me if she's Chinese, which is a very fucked up thing to ask a Taiwanese person. Like, the craziest thing is like, basically the two groups of people who think my Taiwanese girlfriend is Chinese is like white people and Chinese people. Chinese people are even more sure of it. They're like, what do you mean she's not Chinese? Have you seen our map? If we have anything to say about it, she is and always has been Chinese. It is hard. When you're a white guy dating an Asian girl, you gotta be like, you have to make sure you don't get like too excited to participate. Like, we've all seen a white guy who like dates an Asian and it's like, Brian, take off the kimono. Like, what are you doing, dude? But my thing is, like, I actually get really excited to use chopsticks because I'm good at it now. We do it at home. But like sometimes we'll go out to her favorite restaurant and like the waiter will see me, they'll see that I'm white and they'll just assume that I want a fork and a knife. And I have to be like, excuse me, do you see my authentic girlfriend? Bring me chopsticks. And I gotta stop doing that because like number one, my girlfriend doesn't like it, and the person who really doesn't like it is the waitress at Olive Garden. They can't. Nobody wants to see a white boy order pasta in perfect Mandarin, I'm very happy to be with her. I love her. I'm glad that I'm not dating anymore because, I mean, being on dating apps is a nightmare. I got to watch a woman use Tinder for the first time the other week. She didn't even know I was there. It was amazing. And I'm kidding. And no, what actually happened was we had a friend staying with us who was going through a divorce, and she like was on our couch, and she downloaded Tinder to make herself feel better. She matched with a guy right away, started talking to him, and then after like 6 messages, she was like, he's really cute and he's really funny, but this isn't making me feel better. And she unmatched him and deleted her account. I leapt over the table. I was like, stop, you'll kill him. Are you insane? What are you doing? You can't just unmatch a guy on Tinder for no reason. That's like dropping an infant on its head, okay? You just changed his whole personality. He's a school shooter now. Do you understand that? Like, I don't think it's a very different experience. Women are on dating apps like they're ordering DoorDash. They're like, ooh, do I want Italian? Do I want Mexican? You know what, I'm just gonna make food at home. Men are on Tinder like we put our last $50 into a crypto scam. We're like, please, God, this is my future. God damn it. Screaming at our phone, it's not good. And I think, like, look, and guys on dating apps can be kind of creepy. We can all agree. But I feel like where we made it weird is we turned dating into an app. That's kind of fucked up, right? Like, I don't think anybody should be entitled to women. But also, like, when an app doesn't work, you get mad. It's like your power going out. Like, I have a friend who's on Tinder. He gets no matches. He pays for Tinder Premium and gets no... Do you know what Tinder Premium costs a month? Do you have any idea? No. It costs $25 a month. That's more than a streaming service, okay? Could you imagine if you paid for Netflix every month? But whenever you opened it, it was like, there's no movies. Sorry. There's no movies that want to be watched by you, What are you like, 5'8"? You're scaring the movies, to be honest. I am circumcised. Anybody here circumcised? Anybody? Yeah. Ladies, don't be shy, Maybe you guys are. Listen, here's my thing. I used to think it was good, right? It looks more professional, to be honest, right? If it's a job interview, like, my dick is getting the job, hands down. You don't wear a hoodie to a job interview. That's not. But there's right now, there's like a big anti-circumcision movement. Do you guys know about it? No. Yeah, well, get on Reddit, because it's fucking like, this is the next political movement, I swear to God. People who are anti-circumcision will hit you with crazy facts. Like, they'll like, if you're thinking about circumcising your son, they'll say shit like, well, did you know that people who are circumcised lose 30% of their sensitivity, and they'll never have as good of an orgasm as somebody who's uncircumcised? And I'm like, wow, I did not know that. And they're like, yeah, so you're not going to circumcise your son, right? I'm like, no, I'm for sure going to circumcise my son. Are you kidding? Look, how am I supposed to be the man of the house if that little piece of shit is walking around having better orgasms than me? Okay, How do you even punish that kid, all right? He's too powerful. I don't want the child from The Omen staring at me from the top of the stairs. Todd, you didn't take the trash out. Go to your room. Oh, my room? The place where I lock the door? And have orgasms you can't even imagine? It's not good. What's bad is my girlfriend's reading this and she's like, well, maybe we shouldn't cut his foreskin off. I'm like, well, then we're going to cut his hands off because one way or another, I will not be ruled by this little beast, you know? How do we feel about Trump in here? Do we like Trump? Do we not like him? Yeah, okay, all right, well, listen, you don't know what I'm going to say. No, all right, buddy. I hope you get pussy tonight, don't worry. He's a mixed bag, for sure. Trump is definitely a mixed bag because he is like, you know, he doesn't seem to be a great president, but sometimes by sheer accident, he'll be like the most progressive president we've ever had. He doesn't even mean to be. Like, I don't know if you guys know that, like, when he was hanging out with Zoran Mamdani, everybody was surprised. Not me. Because Donald Trump is the most spiritually Muslim president we've ever had, dude. Like, he only looks happy when he's hanging out with, like, Saudi princes holding a sword. Look up those pictures of him. That's where he wants to be. He wants to be in the desert in a palace full of gold. Not a lot of people know this. Donald Trump is the first president in the history of America to invite a pro-Hezbollah Muslim imam to the inauguration. And he wanted him to say a prayer. And the reason why he did that is there was, like, a handful of Muslims in Michigan who were like, we love Donald Trump. Donald Trump heard about that. He turned around and he went, Inshallah. He went, Wallahi, Alhamdulillah. We asked the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, to bless this campaign. That's why Trump is kind of fun, because like Trump is like a Twitch streamer, right? Like if you send him a donation, he has to give you a shout out. Like obviously he has one of the worst track records with trans people ever, but I just wonder what would happen if every trans person in America put on a MAGA hat. I feel like he would go on TV that afternoon like, look, we've got to get those kids their wonderful, wonderful hormones, right? So they can grow their little breasts. When I heard we could double the amount of underage breasts in America, I said, we've got to get those kids their shots. Oh, you guys are cool. You guys are very fun. I don't know, political stuff's funny, man. I like a lot of people talk about like the culture war and like how exhausting it was. I kind of liked the culture war a little bit because we started like, we would have all these arguments about things that I didn't even know were like political to begin with. You know what I mean? Like, do you guys remember the green M&M controversy from a couple years ago? If you don't know about it, yeah, some people know. Basically, you guys know like the girl M&M, the green M&M, the sexy M&M. She used to wear like feminine, like high-heeled boots, and then they redesigned her to wear like gender-neutral sneakers. And for some reason, every conservative in America was like, M&Ms have gone, what, the green M&M should be hot, goddammit. What are they doing? Like, Tucker Carlson went on Fox News and he said, the message is clear. They don't want you to be aroused and they won't stop until every cartoon character is an androgynous boar that you wouldn't even get a drink with. And look, it's a cool thing to say on the news, for sure. It's a good use of the time slot, but I feel like he's lost the plot a little bit because it's like, listen, man, if you think a pair of sneakers is going to stop me from wanting to fuck the green M&M, I'm not sure you understand what this is about, okay? The thing that's hot about the green M&M is that she's a living M&M, okay? With a soul and a mouth, a beautiful wet mouth. Like, look, I don't care what kind of shoe she has on. If it was up to me, she'd be barefoot, to be totally honest. Like, that's what I'm into. Oh, but how could you be attracted to the green M&M if she's not feminine anymore? Brother, I'll tell you a secret, okay? I would fuck the red M&M. I'm good with whichever one of them I catch first, all right? The yellow one, he looks clumsy. Stop asking who's the hottest M&M. Start asking who's the slowest M&M. All right, guys? Thank you guys. I'm Nick. You guys rock. Thank you.
Oh yeah, we out here. I feel like I made it. How I sound? I'm Dave Butler, comedian, writer, ghostwriter, father, uncle, brother, son, amongst other things. I'm on year 15. For year 1, I didn't even know what was not only the right things to say, I didn't even know what was the wrong things to say. I'm sorry, y'all. They was hoping I was somebody more important. It's like, I see a camera, that gotta be somebody. No, it's just me. I'm Baltimore. West Side, get around a little bit. It's stuff here, man. Because people will say, ain't nothing here. No, it's places that people want to invite you to, you know. So how I grew up, everybody roasted each other. Everybody was funny. The guy with the gun on his hip was getting roasted by the kid that worked at McDonald's. Like, everybody went at it. You don't start off roasting. That's how you get your ass beat. You make friends first and then, but for me, it's always been like to ease tension, to not think about things that's going on. The challenges of growing up here makes comedy, come on, that's nothing. I take a lot of risk on stage because I'm scared of heights, I can't swim, I've never been on a roller coaster, so comedy is my roller coaster. I've never been the funniest person. It took me a while to start comedy because my sisters are funnier than me. Some of my friends are funnier than me. I've always known people that, in my opinion, was funnier, but they wasn't stand-up funny. So what I learned over the 15 years is, when you tell a bad story, you always say at the end, you had to be there. I bring you there, and that's just the difference.
My dumb ass said, woo, for myself and shit. I'm just happy. I'm happy because today, I'm 1 year cancer free. Yeah. And what's crazy about that is, you know, people worry about you. Your mom gonna worry. You know, she always say, you know, be careful out there because cancer come back the second time more aggressive than the first time. And I said, Ma, I'm good. It ain't coming back. And she said, how you so sure? And I said, because never again will I date a woman born between June 21st and July 22nd. Cancer free. I feel like if you're a cancer, they should give you cancer. And when you go into remission, your ex say, see what I mean?
Yeah, I'm dead.
The men laughing because they don't get it.
My goodness.
These women out here cheating, dog. Look at her talking about what? Look, you sound guilty as fuck. What? Oh, not me. Oh, Lord. She just text somebody. See you after the show. But yeah, man, it's not the good old days. They get their revenge, dude. And it's not who you think it is. It's not like that dude at a job that's always like overdressed and wear that cologne that she bought you for Christmas. Not him. No, don't ever wear no cologne a woman buy you because she smelled it on somebody she almost fucked.
Oh my God. I'm dead.
If he was slightly less unattractive, she'd have gave him some. You smelling like Derek from the Green. You know, you can smelling like Derek. Derek gets a smell good name. You ain't never heard somebody say stinking Derek. Wait, your name Derek? You stink? See what I'm saying? He jumped out there like, you wrong, I stink. But it's never who you think it is. Like, she cheated on me with a dude with Parkinson's disease. Right. I had to ask why. She said it was the best of both worlds, a real dick that vibrates. I say, well, was he at least handsome? She said, let's just say he was a fox. I said, well, was he at least hung? She said, like 2.5 men. You caught that, sir? Y'all didn't catch the Michael J. Fox reference?
Yeah.
Thank y'all. Sometimes you gotta guide them, you know. Don't cheat no more, fellas. You gotta find wiggle room. Like for me, I'm gonna date 2 women at once. Yup, right now I'm fucking some Siamese twins. Yup. I got a girl with a chick on the side. Yeah, because I think that in society, like, let me just get right into it. So I grew up with this girl that was a bit promiscuous. You know what I'm saying? That's what men call hoes when they love them. Like, no, she's promiscuous. You know, she been through some stuff. You don't know her, you know. But I'm 43, so I grew up in like the 90s. So like, thank you. Yeah. What, you got an old boyfriend? How you gonna say, whoa, now look at him? Whoa, you old nigga. they used to call, so she was sick, like she had like an ailment, but she was always in the hospital. But kids don't care. She was, promiscuous. So back in the day with this song by the Spice Girls called "If You Want to Be My Lover." Remember that? Tell you what I really, ziggy, ziggy, ziggy. That sounds so refreshing and shit. But remember, they had names like Scary Spice and Ginger Spice and. Yeah, there we go. There we go. Well, they call her Whole Spice. And I'll say maybe about 2-3 years ago, I got a call from, Whole Spice mom. And she was like, she's not doing well. I need you to get everybody together so y'all can go see her and say y'all final goodbyes, right? And she gave me the address to the building. And I got everybody together. And I'm a big believer in giving people their flowers while they still here. Right? And when we got to the place and they named it after her, I thought that it was very sweet, Whole Spice, Hospice. Forgive me, sir. He look upset. You good? Your dog just died. Motherfucker, dog had cancer. Some people care more about. I told somebody my aunt died. She was like, I know how you feel because my dog, you better not say it. Your fucking dog died. I'll kill your dog. Got into an almost fight the other day. Y'all want to hear about it? Yeah. Thank y'all. Y'all love fights and shit. So let me ask if y'all ever been in this situation. You ever be in a line and you in front of somebody but beside them at the same time, like in some weird, what? Okay, so I'm in front beside a lady with a patch on her eye. On the same side I'm standing on. So I'm like, fuck, she probably don't even know that I'm next. So the cashier said next, and we both stepped up. I said, oh shit, here we go. So I said, ma'am, I'm next. She said, no, motherfucker, I'm next. I said, ma'am, I'm next. She said, I'm next. You think you slick? And I said, you think you slick Rick? This the crazy part, though. She called her boyfriend. I got somebody for you. And it was her boyfriend. And he had a patch on his eye. Let me talk to you. I said, no, before we say it, I want to know what the fuck happened. Fuck, both of y'all get patches on your eyes. And then I did what any good person would do. I suggested to them to go to Lens Crafters for the Christmas sale. If you buy one pair, you get the other pair half off. But I'm used to crippled people. I had a teacher in a wheelchair named Mr. Walker. He gonna try to get me detention for lying. I said, your name a lie. Then he got mad one time because he was HIV positive and I used to call him Rolaids. Thought it was a cute name. Question, because they told me I was wrong, right? Is it wrong to ask a person with scoliosis to come straight back? Because I hate to rush people, but I'm thirsty. Y'all don't like talking about handicapped people. Damn, I got way worse shit than that. I should leave y'all with a positive message that you can learn, take with you in life. When I was in high school, right, I used to be something. Like the girls would ask you, can you buy me a pizza at lunch, soda, cookies, whatever, right? I used to buy it, cool. What I used to do was, I used to cut a hole in my pocket and put my dick through it, right? And then I would say, go ahead and get it, right? It was a long time ago, man, you judging me. To be fair, my dick is in my pocket tonight, but that's still, we talking about, you want a drink? Oh, look, right, so it would go bad every time. Hey, Dave, can you buy me a pizza? Cool, go in my pocket. They would go, ew, and run, The next girl, Dave, can you buy me a soda? Go in my pocket, ew. She run. This one girl I should have known something was up by her order. She was like, Dave, let me get 2 pizzas, 3 sodas, 4 packs of cookies, and a Lunchable. I said, and a Lunchable? I said, cool, go in and get it. She dug her hand in my pocket. And I looked at her, she looked at me, she started jerking me up. So, you know, I finished the deal. She took all the cash in my pocket, clean it up, grab it, put it all in her pocket, and walk away. Y'all don't even get where I'm going with this deal. Fucking around with the wrong woman, should be flat broke when you just came into some money. Look at the cash grabbers, like, that's wrong. Y'all have a good night.
For a while, like crowd work, we were always told never do it. But keep that. He just ran into a trash can. Crowd work for me is like a really good way to start a show. Because it helps the crowd get to know me and also like realize like, hey, I'm not a piece of shit, but I'm gonna say a lot of things that a piece of shit would say. I've been doing comedy for 15 years. Sometimes doing your act over and over again can get boring. In comedy, you're gonna get hit by a car. It's just crazy. This is how you do every single one? Yeah. God damn. My only goal is just to keep writing new hours. What I learned from Mark is just like, you gotta write. The greatest thing about opening for Mark is he like wants you to do new jokes. He'll stop using you if you don't have new jokes. Every time you see him, he'll be like, you got new stuff? I think that's what I learned. You just gotta write, and that's what keeps you good and fresh. Yeah, well, I got immigrant parents, so like, they don't care about art. My mom told me, I don't care what you do as long as you make a lot of money. I let them come see me do comedy maybe like 6 years after I've been doing it. I got my first gig like opening for like a famous or big comedian. I think they got it. They were like, oh, okay, he's okay at this. He's finding some success. They can't see my new act because my new act is so dirty and it's a lot about them. And yeah, that would be bad. They're like Muslim immigrants. God, I just don't want to run into anyone we know. Because like having a camera on you in your own neighborhood and you're just pontificating about comedy, like my God, can you look like a bigger douchebag? Dude, I left my fucking phone over there.
way.
Fuck, dude. Got it. I fucking got it. Oh my God. This is a good thing for Baltimore. My phone was just there for 5 minutes and no one took it. It's by a skate park, by a high school. That rules. Uh-oh. I think there's a quinceanera. Are you guys celebrating something?
Yeah, we got married.
Oh, congratulations. Wait, you already untucked your dress shirt? What the? You're so lax. Damn, this guy got married, he doesn't care anymore. How old are you? 24. 24, so young. Did you sign the papers yet? Yeah. Oh, shit, I was gonna say it's not too late, but all right. Hopefully you guys got a prenup.
Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for the very funny Umar Khan!
All right, let's do it. I am Umar. I'm 37, which is not old, right? No. Thank you. How old are you, ma'am?
I will be 42.
42? You look great. Hell yeah, hell yeah. All right, we'll fuck afterwards. If you like little brown penis, I'm your guy. Yeah. Who brought? Okay. Hello, sir. Are you enjoying this? All right. How long you been bald? I've been bald not too long. And I don't like it. How did you get over it? What choice? That's true. Are you fucking this one? No. Oh, you're fucking him. Okay. All right, I started weird. I'm sorry. I'm going to kill myself. I'm 37. I'm not old, but I'm up there. I'm an older millennial, guys. It's time. I had to hang up my skinny jeans. And for you young Gen Z pieces of shit who don't understand, me as a millennial giving up my skinny jeans, that's like you guys giving up your fake autism diagnoses. Do you guys know kids are diagnosing themselves with autism on TikTok? Like, you're not autistic, you're nerds. Go outside. And look, I love Gen Z, but I defend them, but it's tough because Gen Z shits on millennials for our fashion a lot. You know, because we wear skinny jeans, they wear baggy jeans. We wore low socks, they wear high socks. Which the high socks thing is weird to me because when I was in school, the only kid that wore high socks was the same kid at the urinal that peed with his pants all the way down to his ankles. Like, all right, maybe there are a lot of autistic Gen Z kids out there. I have something Gen Z doesn't have. I'm married, and I've been married for 4 years, and this is all true about my wife. She's 8 years older than me. She is
Oh, okay. If you're impressed with that, well, this guy looked real impressed. All right. Let's see if you're impressed with this next thing. She's a white woman. All right. Trump's America. And this last part's true. I did not make this up for a dumb hack joke. I swear to God, this is true. My wife's name is Karen. I married an older white woman named Karen. 2020 was a very kinky year for us. But I don't think an 8-year age gap as an adult is that weird, right? Thank you. But then I think about it like this, man. When I was 10, this bitch was 18. Yeah, that's weird. That's how I know Karen is not my soulmate. Okay, because hear me out. Because a soulmate means all places, all time, love knows no bounds. So if Karen is my soulmate, that means if I would have met her when I was 10 and she was 18 and we locked eyes, she would have walked away like, damn, there's something about that chubby Pakistani child. She'd be like, I think you have to fuck this child.
She could just wait it.
That'd be creepy as fuck if she was like, I'm gonna wait to fuck this 10-year-old. That would be insane, but I like where your Epstein head is at. I love being married. It is the best thing I've ever done. I love my wife so much. But marriage isn't what I thought it was going to be. Like, if you would have asked naive 13-year-old Umar, like, dude, what do you think marriage is going to be like? I'd be like, dude, it sounds sick. That's a woman who has sex with you every night of your life? I know, fool me once, bitches. You ask 37-year-old Umar what marriage is like, I'm like, that's a woman who has sex with you 3 times a year. Birthday, anniversary, and weirdly 9/11. And we acted out. I'm like, here comes a plane. Asians, you got Pearl Harbor. We would, don't make that face. You're at a comedy show. Who cares? Yeah. Are you married, sir? No. Were you? I was. Yeah. Not every night, right? No. Yeah. But you wanted it. All right. What about you, ma'am?
Yes, married.
Married. Every night? As much as we need it. All right. That sounds like my wife. That's a real hot energy to bring in the bedroom. You're like, let me check the Excel spreadsheet. Okay, yes, tonight we're going to have sex. God, women. And look, we've been married 4 years. We've been together for 10. And you got to do things to keep it spicy in the bedroom. I fucked up 2 weeks into marriage trying to keep it spicy in the bedroom. 2 weeks into marriage, I messed up. We were drunk at a bar, and Karen was like, you see that bartender? My friend had a threesome with him and his wife. Put an idea into my head 2 weeks into marriage. I was like, dude, we should have a threesome. Yeah, Karen got so mad, we weren't having twosomes for a long time. Dude, that was the biggest fight of our marriage. I mean, like, we fought so hard. And then after we got done fighting that night, we got into bed to go to sleep. Karen's dog jumped into our bed. And I think Karen was trying to be cute and cut the tension. She was like, this is the only threesome I need. I was like, you want me to fuck your dog? I said that out loud. She got way more upset. So I texted her the next day. I was like, am I still in the doghouse? She was like, yes. I was like, are you turned on or? Because I hang out with all these dumb 20-year-old comedians. Like, I can't relate. I can't relate to these comedians. Like, you saw all these twinks before me. And, they're like in their 20s and not married. And I was talking to this 20-year-old comedian. His mind could not comprehend that my wife does not go down on me every time we have sex. Right? Like, he thought that was insane. All right, you guys are a hot couple. How long you guys been together?
Over 20 years.
Over 20 years? Wow, you guys are... Oh, who cares? He probably hits her. And, dude, if a guy has 2 earring in each ear, he's hitting her. That's crazy. And there's holes in that wall, I swear to God. No, I'm kidding. You guys are a hot couple. 20 years. Yeah, but we're not blowing every night, right? Almost? Oh, you're blowing guys every night? Okay. That's crazy. All right, I'm going to kill Karen. No, but most people, who don't look like you guys have a couples OnlyFans page, He could not believe that my wife does not go down on me every time. And I was like, dude, like, you're single. You're having sex with strangers. Like, you're trying to impress each other. You're having interview sex, you know? Like, me and Karen already did that. And I'll tell you this, the person who interviewed is not the same person who showed up for the job. I'll tell you that. But I'll throw Karen an olive branch. Like, I feel like this crowd is not going to be with me on this either. So far, no one is agreeing with anything I'm saying, I feel like. But we're going to try. Women, would you agree that during sex, you guys have less orgasms than men?
Woo!
Yes. All right. Oh, you wooed. Wow.
I didn't woo.
Oh, you wooed. You did. Who wooed? Okay. Everyone close your eyes. And if you're a woman who is not coming, raise your hand. I heard a woo, and I need to know who. I need a face to who's not coming.
It was 20 years.
It was 20 years? Yeah, thank you. You know what? If a hot chick woos at that feels good for some reason. I don't know. No, I'm kidding. But, like, women do have less orgasms than men during sex. That's just a fact, you know? They have actually done research studies on it. I'm funding them. And, no, but, yeah, women have less orgasms. That sucks. That's not cool. But here's the thing. Like, it's hard to feel bad for women because you guys get to enjoy every single one of your orgasms. I don't enjoy any of mine because I never come at the time I'm supposed to come. Dude, the whole time I'm going into sex, my whole goal is not to come. That's how guys go into sex. We're like, please don't come, please don't come, please don't come. Women, you guys go into sex, you're like, I better fucking come. Dude, like, every time after I come, I apologize. Can you imagine a woman apologizing for coming? What would that even sound like? I'm sorry I made you feel like a king? Every time I'm coming, I'm like, no! And women, your orgasm gets unconditional love. My orgasm gets love on the condition that you already had yours. And I'll prove it to you. The same question men and women, we ask each other in the bedroom in the most different, disrespectful way. Like, when I think my wife is about to come, there's so much excitement and wonderment and curiosity. It's like I saw a rare bird, but I'm not sure. So I gotta check in. I'm like, oh my God. Did you come? My wife asked me that same question. There's no excitement. There's no wonderment. There is definitely no curiosity. My wife asked me that same exact question. It sounds way different. She's like, ugh, did you come? Thank you. I feel like this side's carrying it. Got a fucking book club over here. The hottest couple that ever showed up to a book club. Yeah. Oh, man. We did go to couples counseling to deal with the sex slump in our marriage. I know, Karen's going to hate when this video comes out because she doesn't know I'm doing any of these jokes. No, we went to couples counseling to deal with this, to deal with the lack of sex that was in our marriage. And it was great. It's the best thing we've ever done. We're having more sex than we've ever had. We're closer than we've ever been. But here's the thing. After spending all that time and money, I realized all couples counseling is bringing a third person into your relationship to make it better. I was trying to do that 2 weeks into our marriage. We wouldn't have to pay that bitch, you know? Oh, man. Our wedding was crazy because we had to have two different weddings. We had to have an American wedding for Karen and a Pakistani wedding for my family. The Pakistani wedding was a bummer because, well, my parents are Muslim. Yeah. So they don't drink. Yeah, it's against their religion. I mean, I drink because I'm cool. I also eat ass. And, do you guys know how long a Pakistani wedding is? 5 days. I had a 5-day wedding with no booze at any of the days. Have you guys been to a sober wedding for 5 fucking days? It's insane because there's still like a DJ and lights. So without booze, it just feels like a middle school dance. I'm like, I guess I'll go finger bang my wife in the corner. And by the 4th day, I'm like, Obama, please drone this brown wedding. Oh, you guys only remember the good things he did? Huh? Only the good things? Obama droned 2 brown weddings. And look, I love this man. I voted for him twice knowing that information. I just wish it was my brown wedding he droned. I just imagine Obama's in the command center, his chiefs of staff like, sir, there's been a wedding going on in the desert for 3 days. There's no booze. And Obama's like, ugh, put them out of their misery. And the 5th day, that's a big reception. I was like, Dad, please. I have a lot of American friends coming to this wedding. Can we please have some booze, like a separate but equal section for them? My dad said the funniest response that I've ever heard in my life. He's like, Umar, who needs alcohol when you have family? I was like, that's when you need it the most. I'm on fentanyl right now, Dad. All right, we're going to end on a dicey one. Let's see. This one's a this one's a tough one for people to swallow, so we'll see. Because I feel like I kind of haven't had you guys yet, so this one's going to be pushing it. All right, let's see. Sir, get your feet off my stage. No, I'm kidding. Put it back. I'm kidding. You're hot. Okay, well, that's a bit much. This is... You give an asshole an inch, you know what I mean? All right, I'm kidding. You're not an asshole, and you could totally kick my ass. This is true. This is true. A couple weeks ago, a guy hit me up from my childhood. He asked about, he was like, we used to lifeguard together a long time ago. I was 15, he was 25, he was my manager. Damn. Yeah, I know. He was a loser. And and he was like, I see you're a comedian. I do a podcast now. I would love for you to be on my podcast. I didn't want to do it, but I felt, his life didn't go well. So I was like, all right, I'll throw him I was like, yeah, I'll do your podcast. Leading up to it, dreading agreeing to do this podcast. This is 100% true. The day before I was supposed to do his podcast, on the news, I saw he got busted for child pornography. Yeah. My first response was like, thank God that podcast is canceled. And then, we were lifeguards together. And then I thought, a lifeguard is the one job we should let pedophiles do.
What?
Are you thinking about it? Think about it. A lifeguard is the one job we should let pedophiles do. Dude, I was a lifeguard. I was 15 years old. I had no business being a lifeguard. I came to work hungover every day. I was falling asleep in that lifeguard chair. This guy was in the chair. He was watching those kids. Dude, I was in that chair like, please don't have to make a rescue. Please don't have to make a rescue. He was in that chair like, please have to do mouth to mouth. Please have to do mouth to mouth. Could you imagine he saves the kid's life and the mom's like, how could I ever repay you? And he's like, well. All right, thank you guys. Have a good night.